this past week, what did you discover about human behavior at work or just in your daily life?
We're all driven by want, whether it's like a benevolent want or a more insidious want. We're all like driven by something that we want. Like in acting, we want to be better actors, so we're driven to do this acting thing. Or even as simple as like getting up and walking back to my seat. I want to go sit over there, so I'm gonna get up and.
What's an insidious want, though? I'm curious of that.
Something more like you want to get revenge.
What piques your curiosity?
Different lives. Like, just off the top of my head, my uncle, he's gay, and it's different from me because I'm straight. So I want to know everything. Like, when did you come out? When did you first learn that you were gay? When all of this stuff that it's a different world to me. So that's like so curious about that, and not even just that, but more like I get different people all the time that come in because I work at Starbucks. So I would get different people all the time that come in, all walks of life, and it's just like I want to know, like so curious, like as to how they chose their path in life.
So can you read a person? I mean, based working at Starbucks, because I find that sometimes people will reveal more to a stranger than they do to someone they know.
Yeah.
Or in the type of coffee they order or how they order it. Are you able to derive some kind of conclusion from these people, these customers?
Yeah, sometimes, we get these like businessmen that come in and they all, like suit and tie, and they order like a drink that like a 10-year-old would get, and it's like.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they don't always like get like a cup of like coffee black and like which I guess is like what you're supposed to do when you're a businessman. I don't know, but yeah, you start to learn and then
perceptions. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Can you identify 3 fears?
3 fears. Growing old is definitely one of them. Becoming nothing, I guess.
What does that mean?
I really want people to know my name. I don't know why. I've always just like wanted people to like know me.
Like on the larger scale.
Yes.
Like the public. Okay.
And I would losing the people that I do care about. Like that's ever since I was a kid, I would like it would hit me that my parents and my cousins, my family, they're all going to get old, and I'm going to see them die eventually. If I don't die before them, and that always like I would have panic attacks and I would like start shaking, and it terrifies me.
Understandable. What action can you take to eliminate the fear of not everyone knowing your name?
Just being more accepting to the fact that people have done great things and not even gotten credited for it. And people have lived excellent lives and not had people know who they are.
Okay. What's the biggest risk you could take in pursuit of your goals? Your professional goal, at least.
I would say my mental and physical health. I would definitely put those at risk because I know, like, some sets you're there for like 16 hours, just constantly going and going and going, and that's something that I wouldn't mind putting at risk.
So when you did, it was Dollface, right? Well, how many hours was that shoot?
12.
12.
But I mean, it went by like that. It was so much fun seeing like, the lighting and then the sound, and like it was just like all clockwork, like seeing it all go down. And it was like I was in the green room like not even like a fraction of the time. I was walking around like looking at everything.
Yeah. Well, your director had a very strong vision.
Yeah.
So, okay. What did you discover about human behavior?
I literally was talking about this today with a coworker. It's crazy to think that we do this subconsciously, but when we meet attractive people, we our first impression is that they're a nice person. Like today, I work at the Marriott Hotel in the bistro, so we close at 9:30, and then after that we have to close up shop, right? We're not selling anything anymore. So today this attractive woman came and was asking for some stuff, and usually I would say no, but like I don't know, I just felt like making her something, being nice, and then I was like, wait, it's probably because she was attractive that I did that,
Ah.
So it's just that.
And was she nice?
Yeah, no, she was nice.
Okay.
But you just kind of assume that, and I learned that in my psychology class too. So that's why I was like, oh shit, this actually is true. You know?
Well, I guess that's true. Sometimes, I mean, like babies react differently to.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like if a baby sees a guy with a huge beard and he looks mean, like I'm sure that's
It's
scary.
scary.
But if you come up walking to it with a smile on your face and you're clean shaven and you don't have any features that are off-putting, then like today there's this guy, I'd never seen him before, but he was bald, had like patches of hair here and there. His face was red, and he just looked like he was a white supremacist to me. Like I honestly got that impression. I said hi to him. He didn't say anything back, so I was like,
Oh yeah.
all right.
Okay.
But, I
all
mean,
right.
I got that impression, and then I said hi because you don't want to judge someone right off the bat. And then I think I was right. I don't know. Maybe he didn't hear me, but
So the conclusion was that you could be seduced by the an attractiveness of an individual and an amiability of an
Yeah.
individual.
yes. And it's not like for me, it's not limited to just women. Like I'm not afraid to say that men are attractive. I'm not gay. I'm pretty straight. But like I think about that sometimes. Like, oh, this guy's a pretty good looking guy, but I'm not gonna.
I think you're a very attractive man.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh,
It's certainly fine.
yeah.
You know, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
What piques your curiosity?
Just the future, really. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited. I am scared, but then I'm not. You know, it's this weird thing, the future. Who knows? Like, who could have said that? Or I was just talking about this the other day. There's this guy that posted a photo when he collaborated with a Japanese producer back in 2000. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. 15 years ago? It's so easy to collaborate now internationally because of the internet. But back in 2000, like, a guy from Virginia getting to collaborate with a guy from Japan, how does that happen without the internet? So now moving forward from there, I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm sure.
So anything could happen. So
Anything
you're
could
curious
happen.
about the fact
Yeah.
that anything could happen
Yeah.
because of our global connection with
Yeah, and like if Donald Trump gets elected,
Oh yeah.
I might
I'm
just
really curious about that.
Yeah, that would be. I met this guy at the Marriott who was we show the CNN on TVs, and he was saying, "Oh, I love Donald Trump. Like he tells it how it is." I'm like, yeah, freedom of speech, right? But in the back of my head, I'm like, no, there's freedom of speech, but you have to be considerate.
There's fascism on the other
You know,
side.
and he told me that the term political correctness is like a socialist or like communist term.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
I think not.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Identify 3 fears.
One would be failing. The other would be
Failing school or failing. in
failing
terms
at
of-
pursuing what I would like to do.
Okay.
You know, becoming someone. Sort of what Brian was saying was becoming known. I don't want to just be a rapper or an actor. I want to do everything. I want to be an entertainer.
It would
So-
be like Ludacris.
Yeah, Ludacris.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Or like Ice Cube or Will Smith. That's who I put down as my
Ah, yeah.
favorite actor
Yeah.
last semester. Being content, that I fear. And then
You mean you fear being content and complacent?
yeah, complacent. Yeah,
Okay.
just because I don't want to lose the drive
Mm.
to be creative or be
It's a little hard down here, I think.
yeah.
I think if you're, when you live like in New York or LA, you kind of have to force yourself.
Yeah.
It's just ever present. But
Yeah.
But that's a good fear to have, actually.
Yeah, and then the third one would be just like losing myself if I do become successful. So kind of having an anchor, I would like to have an anchor to kind of remind myself of where I came from and like the way that I grew up in like my humble beginnings and all that stuff. That
Just watch out for your entourage.
I don't want to surround myself with the wrong types of people.
No, that's very viable, all those fears. What action can you take to eliminate the fear of not becoming renowned?
Maybe just trying to find. I think the reason why I want to be renowned would be just that would be like my purpose in life. It would just kind of verify me as a person. But I was just thinking about it today too. This all happened today. It's crazy. There's, I see a lot of people walking through the Marriott. It's mostly business people, and I always think they're probably very successful at what they do. You don't have to. Being successful isn't necessarily making millions and millions of dollars. Like, as long as I can support the people I need to, live comfortably, and just find purpose in other ways besides entertaining people, then I would. That's probably how I would eliminate that fear, or just kind of.
Well,
deal with
that's being proactive and making choices. So sure, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be the biggest risk you could take to achieve your goals?
Risking my personal life. Right now, I'm taking 17 units here. I'm working about 35 hours a week. I have a band that I want to keep doing, so I only have maybe like 2-3 hours a day for myself. And even still, I'm still trying to work on other crafts like my music,
Engineering.
Yeah, engineering, the sound. Taking film is like a second job as well, so I don't have a lot of time. And I just realized this over the summer when I was watching your dogs. I was there by myself for 10 days, and I was like, this would suck if I was here by myself. I want to have like a significant other, or like a best friend. Like growing up in high school, I had a lot of friends, but I didn't have the core group of friends, that you always see with. My brother, he has 2 best friends, and they will always be friends. Me, I didn't. I mean, I have my brother, but I don't have that core group of friends that I can kind of cling to. I have friends from that time, but we only hang out like, oh hey, you're in town, like let's hang out right now. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's not like I hang out with people daily. It's mostly just me working by myself and all that. So
Yeah.
that's the risk I'm willing to take.